Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Maya. In today's video we're going to talk about why I'm no longer a full-time influencer, what happened, what my experience was like, and why I don't recommend doing influencing full-time. But that doesn't necessarily mean I think you should have a full-time job. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I quit being a full-time influencer. I still do influencing. Obviously I wouldn't be like talking right now. But I quit because it's super inconsistent. Like, I spent so long having really inconsistent money because like some months you sign like hella deals and you're like, all right, boom, but you don't get the money as soon as you like sign that contract. You don't get that money until after the campaign is over, and then 30, 60 or 90 days. And then sometimes brands are late. So I had a brand that owed me like $2,000 and they were like 2 months late. I expected the money at this time, at this date, and I didn't get it for 2 months. So I'm just sitting here like, when am I gonna get my next one? I'm also like, every time I get a brand deal, it's always like, when can I get the next one? Like, it's like you're just in this constant perpetual state of like, how do I get more brand deals? And I think it makes for bad content. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think my content looks good for brands, and I think that like, that is where I thrive. However, it's not the best content for building community. And like, that's what I'm more focused on now. I think that like now that I got a job as a lawyer, I do work part-time because I still have my digital marketing studio. That inherently creates like a division and like a lack of trust with influencers and their community. A lack of trust with influencers and their community, because it's not that you have an allegiance to brand, it's that you are reliant on brands. So you still love your community and you have an allegiance to your community. However, you also have like this responsibility with brands. So you're constantly like towing the line. But I honestly think that like not completely relying on this financially allows you a lot more freedom with like what you post, what you say, just a lot of things. I feel like a lot of the posts that really do well with brands don't do great with community, with building community. And I feel like I got really like stuck and like pigeonholed it into like beauty videos, and I'm kind of at this point now where I'm like, what the fuck do I want to do in my life? Like, I don't want to do beauty videos for the rest of my life. Like, that's just not the goal. I don't even really want to be like a lifestyle influencer. I thought that was for me, but like my answer isn't, oh, I'm going to the store, let me take out my camera. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that. There's large parts of my life that I don't want to share online. Earlier, like when I was younger, yeah, like I wanted to share that, but I'm married, like I'm settled into my life, I'm happy, but like this was never going to be like a family channel. And I don't know if I'm having kids, but if we do have kids, they were never going to go on camera, because I think it's super dangerous to put your kids on camera. So like my point is that I am not living a lifestyle or like moving towards a lifestyle that is conducive to being a lifestyle influencer. And I think the thing about influencing that people don't necessarily calculate is that, well, one, the top of the top are making lots of money, but most people are not making that kind of money. They're just not. Especially when you like calculate it against like a normal job. You might get like a good lump sum, but then when's your next one? It also depends on the market. Like, the market went to shit. Everything's super expensive. Just like everything expensive, brands are like, ooh, it's really expensive, and they had to be really selective about their brand campaigns, which means they're taking on less influencers, which means there's less brand deals, so it's more competitive. And then you've got like the most amount of influencers you've ever had, but like people are tapering off, people are figuring things out. So essentially I just kind of was like, I don't want to be reliant on brands. I want to know when my money's coming in, and I want to be able to live comfortably, and like hit some financial goals. And like, don't I'm not a financial girly, I'm not a capitalist, I'm not a communist either, but I'm like more socialist. I'm not a capitalist, so it's not like I have like these really huge goals with my money, but it's just kind of being comfortable. That was always my goal. And I feel like what I decided is that like, I have always wanted to do this, I just never committed to doing it. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, no, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm good at. I'm going to make political and cultural commentary videos. Like, sometimes they'll be video essays, sometimes they're gonna be like this, where we're just sitting and talking. More of them are gonna be like us just sitting and talking, or doing get ready with me. And I will get better as I go, you know, as we do this together. But that's the goal. So essentially, I quit full-time influencing because it limits you as a creator, and it limits your ability to build community. It's really inconsistent money, and I wasn't feeling fulfilled. That's the 4 reasons, and I wasn't feeling fulfilled. for aspiring influencers, here's my advice. I think you should keep your job, or I think that you should have at least a part-time. I have a part-time. I feel really happy and comfortable in my part-time, but I also don't have any kids. So it's like double part-time income equals full income equals no kids. Like, that's kind of where we are in our life right now, which I'm grateful for. Cool. I like where things are. But essentially figure out, like, for your lifestyle, for your financial goals, and like just where you want to be. Decide, do you want to do part-time? Do you want to do full-time? But keep some form of income. I spent a lot of time building a TikTok account, and TikTok is like obviously like dying as an app. The content's bad, the views are bad. Like, even in the beauty community, I feel like we hit the like 2015, 2016 beauty community and like in TikTok now, where I'm like, beauty videos aren't getting views, nobody's really talking about them, they're not super relevant. So now it's like we're just like ushering into like this new age of social media, and especially with TikTok and short form videos in general, like, what do we want this to look like? So I would say put energy into monetizable things, whether that's a YouTube channel. Like, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm not gonna put all this energy into TikTok. TikTok is going to be like my burner. Like, not my burner, but like, it is what it is. Whatever I post on there is what I post on there. There's no super hard schedule. There's no like intense amount of effort. My TikTok will be what it is, and I'm really focusing that energy into my digital marketing studio and my YouTube video. So yeah, that's my advice as an influencer. I also think, I was gonna say this last thing. I also think that when you're not relying on the money, you can stick to your guns about your prices. Like, it's easier to say no to opportunities when you know you're gonna have an income. So I think that I'm gonna like definitely revise my rates, figure out what I want, where I'm going. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I also think that instead of quitting your full-time job when things get hectic, I'd say hire a team. So I've always needed to have a video editor, because I cannot, like, I can edit very well. I just hate doing it. It's a lot of work. It ruins like the process of creating for me. I'd rather just create the content and then hand it off to my editor who can make magic. I've had a lot of editors though. I have a new editor, and like, fingers crossed, it's gonna work out. Hi, my new editor. But yeah, I'd say hire a team, get a virtual assistant, get a manager, get an editor, get whatever you need to remove the friction between you creating content and you getting the influencer career that you want. But do not lose your primary form of income. Even that means you work like 2-3 days a week. Just knowing, oh cool, I got $300 coming in. Oh cool, I got $200 coming in, is better than nothing. So that's where I'm at with everything. That is my advice. That's the end of this video. Let me know if you guys have any more questions on like influencer things and you want me to talk about it more. But I have no problem like talking about it, doing advice videos, and doing commentary. So if there's anything that's like happening in the world that you want me to talk about, like, it can be Black culture, it can just be like pop culture, it can be politics, any of that, let me know. And let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.